Hi, I'm Kili, also known as Kelly.
And I'm Fili, also known as Alex,
Welcome to our corner of the Shire,
where we will show you how to bring Middle Earth
into your daily life to keep you
a happy hobbit.
Fili! Fili!
I'm up here.
What the heck? Fili?
What?
What are you doing up there? In the old tree house?
Hiding out in the shade. Sick of summer. I'm sick of heat. Sick of sun. I'm just gonna wait it out up here until winter. Nice shady, nice views, and I'm just done with summer.
Well, I know it's really tough with the heat waves and everything, but I've got great news. There are only 6 months until Christmas.
Christmas. It's not Christmas too.
What?
It's not Christmas too. It's not the same.
Okay. How about you hang out here in the shade until I find a way to bring Christmas to you.
Fine.
Welcome to this episode of Happy Hobbit. Today, I'm going to show you my fun cheater version of making cinnamon rolls that taste pretty darn close to Cinnabon. If you've ever had Cinnabon rolls, they turn out really big, and I made these for Christmas too, because my family and I had a second Christmas this year, just because. And these were our dessert for Christmas too, and they were a massive hit, and we've been dying for them ever since. And we've had to wait all the way until spring, because that's how long it's taken me until I've decided to get it. And if I look weird, it's because I'm like doing squats right now to be in the frame. It's our kitchen. And anyway, how do you make these cheater cinnamon rolls from scratch? Get yourself a bread machine. If you enjoy fresh bread and you don't have a bread machine, you don't know what you're missing. There's so many on the market these days that they aren't even that expensive. You can get a lot of models for under $100. This one has a ceramic plated bread bucket, which I think is kind of hard to find. I believe it's healthier, but it will have a little paddle inside too to mix all the ingredients up. This one is not detachable, so when you make bread, it's gonna have a little hole in the you-know-what end. But that's okay. It still tastes great, and I love making homemade bread. In fact, I should do a recipe on it, even though it's like kind of boring because the bread machine does most of the work, because it's fresh, it's yeasty, and you know what's in it. And I just feel like bread without preservatives tastes better. So you cheat by using a recipe to make the dough in a bread machine, and it takes less than a half an hour. So the bread machine does all of the kneading and heats the bucket to the appropriate temperature to let it do a rise and double in size. So I'm going to put the exact recipe I used with my bread machine in the comments and show you the rest. I meant in the video description, not in the comments. So once the bread machine had finished mixing, kneading, and letting the dough rise, you turn it out onto a floured surface and cover it and let it rest for 10 minutes. And I've done that, and now it's time to roll it out. One of my other tricks is something that's certainly not new to the market, but is new to me, and it's this silicone mat. It's really easy to use. It's got a surface that helps keep even sticky doughs from sticking to it, and as you can see, it's got different measurements. I'm not very good at doing that kind of thing. I just eyeball stuff, so I don't really use it for that. But what I love is that I can put it up on our countertop and have an even bigger workspace. So let's roll out our dough. We want our dough to get to the dimensions of a 16 by 21 inch rectangle. So I feel like a little mouse. My, oh, wait a minute, duh. Wait, so this goes to 12. And this goes to, okay, so that's wider than my mat. How did I do this last time? Maybe I just rolled it onto the countertop. Well, we'll find out together. Okay, let's get the dough. Ooh, it looks really nice. Oh gosh, it smells so good too. Wow, look at that. I just love it when it's like this. Oh, it smells like Christmas time. I'm gonna take my rolling pin, have a touch of flour on hand just in case. And, gently start going. Wow, there's so many air bubbles. I feel evil crushing them. 16 by 21, here I come. Hopefully, somewhat, roughly. Oh boy, it's just sliding all along. What the heck? A hair. Definitely don't want that. Maybe that's some sort of weird, like, Hobbit blessing. May the hair on your toes grow long and curly, but maybe there's one that's like if you put a Hobbit toe hair into a baked good, kind of like the different treats you can get in the barn brack, then maybe it's like some kind of Hobbit blessing. I don't know, it seems like it could be a thing. So this part of the process always takes a bit because this dough is so stretchy. What's that little black speck? Get out of there. This dough is really stretchy, so you just have to be patient and keep gently coaxing it into a shape. I heard somewhere that when you roll it like this and it springs right back, that's a sign that you're being a little too aggressive and overworking it. So I'm gonna try to be less aggressive and be nice and passive with my dough. Boy, it smells amazing. So I have the dough in a very rough rectangle, and in true Happy Hobbit fashion, have our quasi-melted softened butter, and that's the next step. You spread the butter all around on top of the dough. This is roughly 1/3 of a cup of unsalted, softened butter. There really is no real technique to this. Just coat it. This is not only going to add some moisture and flavor to the cinnamon rolls, but this is the medium that your cinnamon and brown sugar mixture will stick to. So don't be shy. You know, the recipe calls for 1/3 of a cup, but don't be afraid of using a little bit more if needs be. And you do want to try to get it onto the edges if you can, because you want the dough to remain sticky so that when you actually make the rolls, whoops, when you actually make the rolls, you don't want the outside layer or the edge to be like boring and crusty and dry and just taste like bread. Keep your musty breads. You want it to be like dessert. And as you can see, I'm using a spatula rather than a butter knife, just because of the angle I'm working at, and it's going faster. And as you'll have learned from the previous episode, I'm doing 2 baked goods at once, or attempting to. This is the type of maniacal thing I often do. And I have not filmed for Happy Hobbit in a very long time, not a proper episode. I've been doing a lot of small things on more for like social media and for shorts, because I can do that with my cell phone. But it's just a little bit more difficult when I'm doing it solo, and I thought, you know what? How much more difficult is it to pull out my proper camera and give it a go while I'm doing these crazy things that I do in my real life anyway, such as making my quote cheater cinnamon rolls and quiche. So that's dinner and dessert. Why not share it with everyone? It just seems so scrumptious. I feel like hobbits would love cinnamon rolls if they could. If they could. If they knew what they were. I feel like they might. To make the rest of the filling, you will need a cup of light brown sugar. Unless I'm being really persnickety, I don't really... That's another thing I don't pay attention to, if it's light or brown sugar. I just use whatever we have on hand. Yes, it does change the flavor profile slightly, but I'm not that refined, okay? I'm a basic hobbit. I like sunflowers and pumpkins and stuff. I don't need really fancy things. I guess I just decided the different shades of brown sugar are fancy. So, as you can see, I'm also packing it. Get that little extra bit off. Because apparently that's how you measure a proper cup of brown sugar. So there's a cup of brown sugar. And then you're going to add 2.5 tablespoons of ground cinnamon. Now, that's a lot of cinnamon, but these are cinnamon rolls. This is where I always invite people, if they wish, to play with the recipe. So if you want to add more, you can. And if you want to add other spices, you can. For right now, I'm just going to stick with the actual recipe, because I believe that's what I did the last time. I mean, look. It's kind of a heaping tablespoon. But that's what I did last time, and it was a big hit. Actually, that's not entirely true. I did change one thing, but I'm going to show you what I changed. So you mix it together until it's evenly mixed. It looks so different now. It's almost the same color as the bowl. So now you sprinkle the brown sugar and cinnamon mixture evenly on your dough. I'm getting my workout just getting all these different angles. So what tends to happen is more of this mixture goes into the center, and that's fine, like everyone looks forward to the center of a cinnamon roll, but I am encouraging you, like I did with the butter, to make sure you do get some of the edges. In fact, as much of the edge as you can. Because again, you don't want it to be some big, chewy, bready thing. This isn't a pizza or a calzone. This is a dessert that's been weirdly marketed as breakfast food. I don't know at what point as a society we decided really sugary things that contain yeast can be considered breakfast. but that's okay. When as a society did we equally decide to only have sweet things be at night? Though it is fun to have something to look forward to. In fact, that's one of Dagger Lad's rules, is he would not eat sweets in the day. And when he and Fili first began courting, he told us that rule of his, and we're like, well, why? And one day we all went out and bought ice cream in the middle of the day and enjoyed our ice cream, and then at night we're like, I want another sweet thing to eat, but I really shouldn't because I already had a bunch of unnecessary empty calories. And he's like, well, this is when I say I get to have ice cream. And we're like, now I get it. Now I get why you abstain in the day to reward yourself at night if you so wish. Wow, this is looking great, and this is a copious amount, I feel like, of sugar and cinnamon. These are very deluxe. I should take a picture of that and use that as the guess what this episode is image. People would be like, is that dirt? Maybe no one would guess that. Maybe everyone would know what it was. Say that's right. This is a traditional dessert of the Harad. How do I know that? It looks like the desert! So now comes the slightly tricky part. You're gonna roll your dough, hot dog style, lengthwise. And I'll let you watch me do it. It's actually not that hard, but I'll let you watch me do it. So then if I mess up, you won't feel so alone if you also mess up. That's just life.
Cinnamon? Yeast dough? Ugh, uncooked. Not ready yet.
So you're gonna start at the edge and just delicately fold it over on itself. This dough, like I said, is elastic, so it's quite forgiving. I mean, it's not actually elastic, it's elasticy. Oh gosh, it smells so good. Already halfway done. Again, I did ignore the exact measurements, but I didn't quite have the surface to really roll it out to that length. And also, like, if I'm being really frank, I just didn't have the patience because I'm trying to bake several things at the moment. And it's better to have some cinnamon roll than no cinnamon roll. Okay. So this is the only part that's kind of tricky. You want to make sure that this final part gets a little bit of a pinch so that it seals. Ooh, otherwise you get like that, you get a little tear. And you might get some cinnamon and sugar spillage. In fact, that's kind of a crusty bit of dough, but oh well. It's just gonna be a crusty bit of dough. Wow, this is a hefty beast. So now, we're gonna cut them into 12 rolls, and before I cut, I force myself to measure out roughly 12 evenly sized rolls. Though, just know they'll never truly be even because the butts are always gonna be a little smaller. Okay, let's see here. What if we do it about, let's see, that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, no, that's, see, okay, good. Yeah, that's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Actually, that's not that off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's 11. So if I just make the cuts a little smaller, and I don't want to cut my mat, so I am going to be really gentle with that. It's pretty easy to cut actually if you've got a nice sharp knife. Boy, these ones in the center are just loaded. And you know, the recipe says to do it as 12, but you really could do a lot of smaller ones if you wanted. So I guess, I don't know, my little plan didn't work that well. This one's just gonna be the butt. Sorry, butt. You're just like a little mini guy. Look how cute. Like, okay, that is a lot of dough, because that was on the bottom end. Okay. Now you cover them and you let them rise until they've about doubled in size, and I guess that's why, like, I don't know if I left them enough room in that pan. We'll find out. And the recipe says it should take about 30 minutes. I think they're lying. I think all recipes that talk about dough rising are liars. It usually takes at least twice as long. So I'm gonna go put them in a warm part of the house and let them do their thing. Let's see what they're like. Ooh, that looks perfect. Those are gorgeous. Even the little guy caught up. Wow. You bake these cinnamon rolls in the oven. The recipe says for 15 minutes at 400 degrees, but I'm gonna put them in for 10 and check on them because I wrote a little note in my recipe saying to check on them earlier because you don't want them to get overbaked and dry and hard. So while those are going in the oven and baking, we'll make the frosting and I'll show you my secret. In they go. It's a Smaug's mouth. This recipe calls for 3 ounces of cream cheese, a 1/4 cup of softened butter, and 1.5 cups of confectioner sugar or icing sugar or powdered sugar. Those are all different names for the same thing. And some vanilla and some salt. And my secret is that I double it. But given that I have an 8-ounce package of cream cheese, I might just put the whole thing in. So I'm going to start by adding the butter, which as you can see is not melted. Melted enough to get on my hands though. And then I will add the cream cheese. I'm not the biggest cream cheese fan, particularly in baked goods. However, I will say this recipe certainly requires it. Hopefully this is definitely softened enough. Come on out, buddy. I promise it'll be okay. You're gonna like your new life. Your new life that will eventually be in our septic tank. Oh boy. Kili cooking show's a little messy. So I am going to mix butter and cream cheese together. It would help if I plugged in the mixer. And let them blend before I add the other ingredients. Now I'm going to add the vanilla. You know, very precise measuring. And the salt. now to add 3 cups of powdered sugar. I'm just gonna add them one at a time and mix. Wow, it's smoking. Frosting looks amazing. It's time! Time to get them out of the oven. Oh my gosh, they smell amazing. So this is far from a trick of mine, but most recipes ask you to put the frosting on while the cinnamon rolls are still warm. And I'm going to do that, and the reason that I discovered it's good to make a double batch of the frosting is because the first time I made these, I put on the frosting while they were hot like this out of the oven, and it more or less got absorbed into the cinnamon rolls, which isn't a bad thing, but I wanted some frosting on top too. So that's why I made a second batch, and again, they turned into the best cinnamon rolls we'd ever had. At least that's what people said. So that's my secret. Now it's time to frost them. It's pretty easy with a spatula. You just kinda... Oh wow. Okay, they are still kind of delicate because they just came out. I'm just gonna kind of... I hope they are cooked all the way. I'm just gonna put some dollops on. All the dairy fat and the frosting's just oozing in there. This is great.
Hi, Missy Beans. Hi, Mischief. I love you. Good job.
Okay, I'm gonna try my frosting spatula. Ooh. That looks kind of raw. That's done. Huh. Huh. I don't know, that feels pretty soft. Well, I decided to put them back in for another 5 minutes because upon closer inspection with my glasses, they do look a little too gooey. So now for certain some of that frosting is gonna melt into the cinnamon rolls. Here we go again, and I find it really interesting. The frosting actually hasn't melted more. Hopefully they are more cooked though. I stuck them in for another 5 minutes, so they've been in for 15 now, the full amount of time that the actual recipe calls for. It's made it like blubby. It's all blubbing around. I wonder if the cheese started to like bake. It started to become half cheesecake. Interesting. Maybe this is a new dessert.
The precious!
Can't wait to actually have a cinnamon roll. What the? Where did they all go? Huh. I can't believe they're gone. Fili? Fili? Fili, are you up there still?
Oh yeah, I'm just hanging.
Okay,
Just cleaning up.
I made you some, well, I made everyone our special Christmas 2 cinnamon rolls, but I can't find them. You don't know where they are, do you?
Oh, no, I mean, I haven't even seen them. I haven't been out of here for months, days, years. I mean, I have no idea. I never saw them. Never.
Well, the entire pan's missing and you don't know where it is?
No. No idea. I never saw them. I never even got to try one of them. Now I have to wait till real Christmas too.
Well, I find that a little hard to believe given what your face looks like right now.
What my face looks like? You know, it's extremely rude to point out a lack of beard on a dwarf. I'm not coming out.
Fili?
See you at Christmas too.
Okay, fine. Stay up there till Christmas too. So, I hope you have enjoyed this baking adventure in Kili's kitchen on this episode of Happy Hobbit. Or Hungry Hobbit. Whatever our baking episodes are called these days. Water's off. Yeah, you should switch before she's already. Oops. I have no idea why I look bright red. I guess I got sunburned. That's what I get for not putting on makeup and filming. Oh, bother. I'm Winnie the Pooh, apparently.
That's okay.
Okay. So now.
Action.
And the 300-year-old desk must be reserved.
Dad doesn't know it's there. It's been hiding from him down here.
Oh, dear.
So, now it's.
Oh, yeah. This is in good shape still, man. Considering its age. Look out below! Bombs away! What if it just explodes?
I hope it won't. We're a lot heavier than we were as
No,
kids.
Hell's Deep. That's pretty good after all these years.
It does.
Not Christmas 2.
Christmas 2. Freaking car alarm! Oh! What if I'm like, right, fine. Why don't you just hang out here in the shade until I can bring a lizard ruining the audio?
Lizard!
Doing push-ups.
Oh, big bowl.
Hi, Lizzie. Smaug.
We should make this strong again. It's really nice up here.
I know. Okay, wait. Well, I've got good news.
He's always so sorry. Okay. Hold on. Hey, how it crops once you get the video going.
I know.
All right. Yeah, we're rolling.
Oh,
Don't get get to eat the same stuff.
Christmas too.
Yes. Not coming out till then.
That's amazing.
This door's holding up good.
I know.
Like, I can redo it without saying that.
Like, or you just pop up and sniff for a little bit, like kind of look around, then go back down.
Okay. Wait, do I say the Christmas tree two-part yet?
No, wait, not yet, because I'll bring that up first.
Alright, so right now I'm just mad.
Oh, yeah. To you! Wait, what if you go? Okay.
What's on my face? You know, it's very rude to... Wait, no, point out beard. Wait.
Or, like, be like, I can't believe you would point out my lack of a dwarven beard like that. Just for that, I'm not coming down.
Okay. Oh, wait, this is...
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey. I
Never saw him.
somehow find that hard to believe, but...
Never saw him, yeah. I've just been up here doing some spring cleaning, as they say.
I know, wait. So wait, how do we end it?
I could just be like... we could just be like... just that part, like... Oh, yeah, I have no idea. Be like, well, I gotta
And
get
I'll
back
be like,
to...
what's on your... I'll be like, so then what's on your face? And you could be like, I can't believe how rude you are.
Yeah, but
And
you're
then
so rude.
You know what?
This is
whatever. This is why I don't even want... This is why I'm not coming down, and you just slam the door.
Like, are you serious? This is natural.
Be like, I can't believe you would say that
Yeah.
about my lack of a beard.
Yeah.
Like, it's really rude to point out a dwarf's lack of a beard.
Yeah.
And then you slam the door.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Okay.